What's going down, everybody? So today I am bringing you my boy Toshiro Hitsugaya, and he is from Bleach. Preferably, well, not preferably, he is actually from Bleach, the Thousand Year Blood War. Now, I was watching it. I watched the first volume, I think the first season and the second season. I still have to watch the third one. But this is the little man that be rocking the ice, and that is Toshiro. So let's get into the figure. So first thing here, let's get into the actual box that it comes in. Now this is the McFarlane version, which has the cloth goods, which we will get into because those cloth goods look amazing. But this is the McFarlane version. So the box is a regular, whoops, knocked your boy down and he fell into Ichigo. Okay, let's just keep him there. Let's get into the box. So the box on the back has a portrait, full-size portrait of Toshiro on the back. On the side, it also has a portrait of him, which looks pretty cool. The top has a window, just in case, you want to display it and the light will come through. And then it says his name here, and it says Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War right on the front. So, pretty simple box. It's not, McFarlane box. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so next up, let's get into what it comes with. So he comes with a fist hand, and he comes with one of those hands to hold the sword. And he comes with a bleach, let's take that out. He comes with a bleach stand, which is pretty much what the others came with. They came with a weapon, which is the weapon that he has right here. They come with the weapon, and they come with two extra hands in the bleach stand. So he comes with his sword right here, which is McFarlane bendy. McFarlane stuff is real bendy so the kids don't get stabbed and things like that. So that's all that the figure comes with when it comes to accessories. Now, as for the figure itself, I feel this figure looks amazing. These cloth goods are really good. They look really good. The texture, like if you look at this is not just like some cheap cloth that they put on for the vest or whatever they call it. I forgot what they call it, but this looks insane. Like you could see the vest there. You could see the stitching inside. Then he also has on, crap, somebody told me in the comments for the Ichigo one what this outfit is called, but I can't remember. But this is also really, really good cloth goods. It feels like, this feels like it might be polyester. I'm not sure what this is, but this inside is like silk, and then the outside has like a rough feel to it. Like it just looks insane. It looks better than the Ichigo one because he has on the white vest, which is, I don't remember what they call it in the show, but it looks good. Like I like these cloth goods. McFarlane did really well with these cloth goods because the SH Figure Arts Itachi, which is one of my favorite figures, the Akatsuki robe is cool, but this one feels like it's more quality. It just does. And the SH Figure Arts cost way more than this one here. You're talking about this figure here is, SH Figure Arts, they go up in price. They're pretty damn high, especially now this figure is probably even more. But McFarlane did really well with the actual cloth goods that he did on these outfits. And let me bring it in a little closer here. See if I can focus. If I can focus closer. Just look at this. Look at the detail and everything on this robe. It just looks dope, man. Like he really did well with this. It's cut well. It moves well. It doesn't hinder the character or anything. He has the pleats here. The pleats here. The scarf is plastic. Well, that rubber type plastic, the same thing as the belt. But everything else just looks dope, man. I think it's a really dope figure. He did really well with that. And with that, let's get into articulation. So for articulation, let's start with the head. So his head can move this way. He can move that way, of course. He can look down about that much. So he can look down. He can look down a lot, pretty much a lot. And he can look back about that much. So his look up is non-existent. He can't even move. He can't move the head back up too much. But down, he got a lot of down motion and some side motion there. Now as for the arms, so he can go up about that much, Let me show you what it looks like under here. So we got the pins, but they are double jointed. So that is a very, very ugly joint in the elbow. But great thing is he got this covering it. So he can go up about that much. He can go, let's see, he can go up this way, of course. He can go back that way. And we can get that double jointed movement right here where he can go in there and go out. And that is the same with both arms, of course. So I try to keep it simple and just do the one side, because if one can do it, the other one can do it too. He does have a bicep. Wait, does he have a bicep swivel? Let me check that. Because right here, yes. So he does have a bicep swivel. I didn't think he had one, but he does have a bicep swivel also. As for the waist, his waist can bend forward about that much. So we're not doing much on the bend forward. Then back, he goes back about that much. So he can almost do, he's doing the matrix a little bit. He can go back. Swivel, he can swivel like that, which is not bad. He can kind of go around and he can do his swivel like this. That's pretty cool. Then also, let's go down for the legs. So as for the legs, your boy can do, let's see, I'm trying to keep going here. Don't want to stretch it too much. He can do pretty much the full split. So he almost got a full Van Damme, just about, but not fully. But he could pretty much kick somebody in the face if he need to. He can almost do the full Van Damme. So forward kick, he can go up about, let's see, we can go up about that much. That's without bending the other one. And he can go back. We can go back about that much, which is pretty far actually. That's pretty far. As for, he does not have a thigh cut, but he does have double jointed knees. So the knees can go like this, and he can pretty much kick his own ass. So that does that. As for the ankles, we are looking at a rocker. It goes forward about that much, goes back about that much. So we got back up about that much, and we got forward about that much. And then we got swivel, can swivel all the way around. We have side pivot. Okay, we got side pivot that way and side pivot that way. So that's pretty cool too. Almost forgot, for the arms, the elbows, the wrists. The wrist peg is a little weird. So it has this weird looking wrist peg that kind of goes like that. So he can go this way. See, that looks a little strange. And of course he can go that way. Now if you twist this, then he can go, I think you can twist it where, yeah, he can go side to side. So depending on how you twist it, depends on which way you're going. So that works out pretty well. And that's about it for articulation. So now let's get into size comparison. So your boy, from his feet to his head, he stands about, now McFarlane figures, of course, are 7-inch scale, which they're 112, but most of them are 7-inch scale. So he stands about to the top of his head. That looks to be about 6.5 inches. Now in the show, he's supposed to be young. He's a kid. Even in this one, in the Blood War one, I think he's still young. But I think McFarlane might have made this toy a little bit too tall. Because if I stand him up next to Ichigo, Ichigo's taller than he is, but not by as much as I think he's supposed to be. See? So he's taller than him, but maybe. He is maybe that's the right size comparison. I'm not too sure. I gotta watch the show again. But he's supposed to be a little dude. So him standing up next to Ichigo, I guess that works out. That works out pretty okay. Now let's get him next to I forgot how you say his name, but he's one of the Quincy's now. He was their boy and all of that shit, but then he kind of flipped sides. I think. I gotta watch the rest of it. So that's his size comparison next up to him. And let's get him standing next to, I'll pick that up later. Let's get him standing next to Urabaha, which Urabaha is a giant. I don't even remember how tall this figure is, but it's ridiculous. And dude is hella tall. These are all McFarlane. So McFarlane pretty much has this line for right now, and he makes the bad guys looks like with the cloth goods, the cloth capes, and then the good guys have on their full outfits. But that's him standing next to Urabaha, which is ridiculous. Then, let's see how he would size up next to Frigate. Let's put Aloy. Aloy would be a smaller figure, which technically he should be shorter than her, but she's a smaller figure, kind of import style figure, so they didn't make her too big. But that's him next to her. And last but not least, let's get him next to a Storm Collectible. Now this, I think, the size makes sense because Storm Collectibles are also 7-inch scale. So this kind of makes sense that Yujiro Hanma would be that much taller than him. That kind of makes sense. And really, last but not least, let's get him next to an SH Figure Art, which he is about the same size. He's a little taller than Minato, which he actually shouldn't be, but he is, because that's how McFarlane sizes his stuff. But, you know, that's how he does it. So that was size comparisons. And next we'll get into final thoughts. So when it comes to final thoughts, I think the figure looks great. I love the clothing. The clothing looks good. They only have one faceplate. That's fine. He did the face pretty well. The hair, I think, was supposed to be a little more blue, or maybe not, because I know dude does mess with ice and all of that stuff. But McFarlane got to make his swords and stuff a little less bendy. But I understand why he does it. But the figure came out pretty good. The clothing and the cloth goods look amazing to me. So they have them at your Walmarts and your... I haven't seen it at Target, but I know they're going to get it there soon. So that's my review on Toshiro Hitsugaya. And I thank you guys for always watching. I thank you for your comments and everything. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.